that be to get Rodrigo in the door?
Just read that and have a look. No, this is live TV, and we have got lines coming into us all the time that we're trying to investigate whilst we're on air. So, yeah, to answer your question, Mike, Rodrigo,
this would be to look at that. I like that.
Well, I'm going to talk. He's going to work. No, this could be.
You know what happened? Actually, somebody sent me that message, and I said to them, "Can you send it to Mark, please?" Because he's the one doing Arsenal. So it's good, actually. I think you should read it first.
Should I
Yeah.
read it first? Hang on a second. Let's do this.
Let's do Rodrigo, and then we'll get to that news.
Now, Arsenal fans are crying out for those big marquee statement signings, and we know that they're desperate for players in those attacking bursts. They're desperate for a striker, which we'll talk about a bit later on. They've been linked with Rodrigo, Brazilian international, 24 years old, currently at Real Madrid, scored 11 goals and assists last season in La Liga, and started, crucially, both of the 2 Champions League games where Arsenal knocked Madrid out of the Champions League. So they've seen him up close and personal. They know what he's about. And he's been really effective down that left-hand side for Madrid over the course of the last few seasons. The left wing is a priority, along with a striker. And the fact that they are being linked to these big-name players will get the juices flowing for Arsenal fans, because that's what they want. You know, Mikel Arteta has turned Arsenal from a team that gets into the Champions League, top 4 as an achievement, to a team that's nearly winning the title. Now, that big final step is the one they need to make. And players like Rodrigo could be those type of players that could just unlock the door for them to just go one step further.
Right, stop keeping us hanging. What's this Arsenal news?
Well, hang on a second. Can you give me permission to read this out?
It doesn't need my permission, does it?
Well, I don't know if we need to double-check things here.
Well, that's fine. You can read that out. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The chief correspondent says yes.
OK, fine. Now,
go on.
And you're both more important than me.
Wow.
A little bit of breaking news. Arsenal are considering a potential deal for Chelsea's goalkeeper, Kepa, who is available on a release clause of £5 million. That's per some sources here at Sky Sports News.
Like that.
That could be an interesting one.
Yeah.
We know that Kepa has just been at Bournemouth. He's gone back to Chelsea. He has 1 year left on his deal. We understand that a part of that deal to take him to Bournemouth on loan, he signed a new contract, which included a low release clause, which would be £5 million, and therefore, potentially, if Chelsea don't see him in their first team this season, could be available at that kind of price. We know that Arsenal are in the market for a goalkeeper. They had Neto on loan from Bournemouth, funnily enough, who was involved, only played, I think, the 1 game last season for Mikel Arteta. So they are looking for a goalkeeper. Could Kepa be their man, who's already in London?
He'd be a number 2, though, surely.
You would have thought so.
And is he going to want to do that?
But then teams like Arsenal play 60